family, welcome back to another video if you're returning, and if you're new, welcome. Hi, hello. I am Emily, otherwise known as Shamanism, otherwise known as very many things. You can call me anything, just don't call me late for dinner. Now, like I said, welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. So the subject of today's video, really quickly, it's gonna be short and simple and to the point. And the subject is simply kindness. So if you're asking yourself, well, what do you mean kindness? Like, duh, Emily. Well, okay, yes, duh. However, the reason I wanted to bring up the subject is regarding just a thought which to me is common, but as you may have heard, what is common practice or even common sense to you is sometimes not common to others. Things that are common to us. For example, let's use the example of fruits. For example, where I live in New England, so things like apples, stone fruits, they are common. However, if you speak to someone from the island countries, you will find that for them, these fruits are not common, they're more rare. So how does this tie in to kindness? Well, I started to just think about how people's uniqueness is one of my favorite things about being alive, and that I really, really appreciate people's uniqueness. What I started to think about was what gets people into like fights with each other, into altercations. And what I see anyway is that a lot of the time that seems to be from differences. Now, like I was saying, differences for me are something that I find beautiful about being human, about being alive, about having this experience. So my thinking, the thought that's common to me is, if you're a conscious human being and you have a choice in any given moment to choose love over fear, or kindness over hatred, or whatever comparisons you may want to make, when you have that conscious choice, I guess I just wonder to myself and don't really personally understand, why would anyone awake and conscious choose to not be kind? And what I always think, what it always comes down to for me personally, is I think about this, and maybe this can help you. If someone, let's use a really tangible example, something that almost everyone everywhere I think has experienced at some point or other. Someone homeless, let's say you encounter them. You have an option. Well, you have actually a few options in that situation, particularly, right? You can completely ignore them, you can do something, or you can ignore them and like, I don't know, feel bad about that too, and feel like, oh, well, how dare they ask me for money? Those are like three options of responses you could have, right? Now, my thought in that moment is always, the way that my mind works and is geared towards compassion is always, when I see someone, for example, say someone homeless, I always think to myself, what would I do if I was in that position? And or how would I feel if I was in this person's shoes? And honestly, guys, like 9 times out of 10, if not all 10 times, for me, I would want someone to extend kindness to me. If that's, say, someone's asking you for food on the street, I would want, if that was me, I'd want them to give me a sandwich, because I would like to think that people on earth are that way. They are that loving. They are that kind. So I wanted to just offer that food for thought in this short video here today, because to me, kindness is such an important thing, and feel like there's so much conflict in the world that doesn't need to exist, which is born purely out of, I don't even really know what to call it. Just gosh, yeah, I really don't know how to put it, but like people are clashing over their differences where I know I'm vastly oversimplifying this, but all there really needs to be is love and understanding between the two parties or the two people, and I just feel like, look, if we're awake and we're conscious, we are so lucky that we get to be alive, because each and every minute of each and every single day, every second that we're aware, we have every single solitary second. If you're truly conscious and awake, you have choice in every single moment. And I would just, again, urge you to examine for yourself, where is your thermostat for kindness? Are you actually outputting the kind of kindness that you want to receive? And perhaps, if not, perhaps that's a reflection of the love that you're giving out. And what they say, if you want to experience it, then you must feel it within. So if you don't love yourself, you will experience people who don't love you, and so on and so forth, which I don't want for any of you. So anyway, my thought for the day is, look, if you have a choice and you're conscious between being mean, being judgmental, being whatever to somebody versus just having a little bit of empathy and kindness. My opinion, choose kindness. And really, I think lots of people, at least light workers and earth angels, would agree with me on that one. Regardless, I would urge you to try that or try the alternative and see which one feels better. Still, I think we're really in a time and place and space in the world where we need, dare I say that crazy word, we really need people to be kind. Like if you have it in you to be if you're capable of kindness, which I know all of you are because you're here, I love you, thank you. And in regards to that too, I also want to remind you that if you are giving out love still and you're still by chance receiving negativity, it could just possibly be a reflection of your own self-talk. I know in the past that used to be true for me. And what I was going to say around kindness with that is simply to be kind to yourself, because there's really no rush for life. Like, it's true, we don't know when we're going to go. And at the same time, you know, if we rush things, then we're not savoring the experiences as conscious creators. And we are here to have a tangible physical life experience. We aren't just here to be spiritually disconnected robots who operate from our higher selves only, right? Which, by the way, is just an incarnation of your own self and even the universe, the creator themselves, if you want to get really mega about it. So with that, just whenever you can, I would urge you personally to remember to be present in as many moments as you can and to choose kindness, because we really do need that in the world. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day or night whenever you're catching this. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with me, and I will see you beautiful cats in the next one. Bye. And I don't know if you guys see the same thing. However, something that I see out there is that